Hello students, we are studying environmental chemistry and we were studying the topic pollution, and according to the layer we had divided into tropospheric pollution and stratospheric pollution. Okay, tropospheric pollution we have discussed in the last video, that yes, it consists of gaseous matter and particulate matter as pollutants, and photochemical smog we had studied, acid rain we had studied, okay, greenhouse effect we had studied. In this, today we are studying about what? Stratospheric pollution. Okay, we'll see here which type of pollution exists in this layer. Okay, so actually what happens, this stratosphere is covered with what? Ozone layer, and this ozone in the stratosphere layer is very useful because what does it do? It prevents the harmful sun rays to enter the earth. And what happens if this harmful rays enter the earth? What will happen? The main thing which will be the skin cancer. Okay, this skin cancer can cause many destructions for the living human beings. Okay, and this cancer is not, it can't be treated. Okay, and as the result, it will be harmful for the mankind. Okay, so what happens actually, why right now the condition is that this stratosphere is also polluted, and because of the pollution this ozone layer is being depleted. Okay, so first we'll be studying how this ozone layer is formed in the stratosphere layer. Okay, so formation of ozone, and then because of pollution it will be breakdown. So first we will be studying how ozone is formed. Oxygen, nitrogen and ozone are present in stratosphere. This oxygen, O2 molecule, due to the ultraviolet radiations of the sun, it breaks up into two oxygen in the atomic form, and this is in the nascent form. Okay, now this nascent form of oxygen again combines with one molecule of oxygen to form what? Ozone, O3. Okay, now this O3 protects us from the harmful radiations. Okay, but what happened now? Pollution has been the rate of pollution has been increased too much. Okay, and mainly this depletion of the ozone layer is due to the chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, so this chlorofluorocarbons, what happens during present, it has increased a lot in the atmosphere, and as a result, in the presence of ultraviolet rays, what happens? It breaks up into chlorine radical, isn't it? You can see a chlorine atom, okay, or you can say best chlorine radical. This chlorine radical combines with ozone. Okay, and now you will see that yes, chlorate has been formed. Okay, and this is also very active in nature. This chlorate again, what does it do? This combines with this water, nascent oxygen. Okay, and again this chlorine radical is released. This chlorine radical again combines with ozone, and again it forms the chlorate ions, and as the result, what happens? This ozone is broken down. Okay, so this chain reaction goes on again and again, and we will be seeing what this ozone is being decreased. Okay, and when this is decreased, this is depleted, naturally what will happen now? When the ozone layer is depleted, the harmful radiations of the sun will enter the earth, and even what happens down near the earth, what happens in the troposphere layer also, what will happen? The pollutants had been increased, it will not be allowed to move out of that space, and as the result, total pollutants remain there, and as the causes poisonous effect as well as what? The global warming. Now ozone hole. What is this ozone hole? It is found in Antarctica, isn't it? And the name given over here is what? Ozone hole over South Pole. Actually what happens over here? In the summer season, what happens? This CLO radical plus nitrogen dioxide which is present, it forms what? ClONO2. Okay, this compound, it is formed, and this chlorine radical Okay, it combines with the hydrocarbon, that is the methane, to form what? The methyl radical plus hydrogen chloride is released out. So what happens here, you are seeing that this is not getting reacted with what? The ozone over there at this time. Here actually this both ClO and Cl radical is being used up in reacting with nitrogen dioxide and methane to form the corresponding compounds. Okay, but what happens in this winter season? Okay, there is what? Stratospheric clouds present over there. Okay, so what? These are charged clouds. Okay, so what happens here? This ClONO2 which has been formed, okay, it reacts with what? Water to form HOCl, okay, plus HNO3, and this again ClONO2, what does it do? It combines with what? This HCl, okay, and this forms what? Chlorine radical plus HNO3. Okay, till here there was no this, we are not seeing that here it is reacting with ozone. But what happens in the spring season? Okay, the sunlight returns. Okay, and this sunlight, when it returns, what happens? This HOCl, okay, with the energy of the photon, what happens? It breaks up into what? Hydroxide ions and chlorine ion. Okay, and now this chlorine radical is what? Active now. It can now, in the presence of what? The ultraviolet rays, what it will do? It will combine with what? Ozone, and it will break it. We have studied in the last portion. Okay, so here chlorine also which has been formed, what happens over here? This chlorine which has been formed, what happens? It also breaks up into what? Chlorine radical, and here also you will see that this HOCl is breaking down and forming chlorine radical. As the result, this is now more very efficient now to what? Break the ozone layer, this the O3 present over there, and as the result of these reaction, the ozone hole is created over there. Okay, not any other reason. That is the favorable condition where what? Hole can be, ozone hole can be created, because the depletion of ozone is more over there. Now water pollution. Okay, so what are the causes of water pollution? Okay, pathogens, organic waste, okay, then chemical waste. So one by one we will be studying. Okay, so water pollution is also a very big problem, because whatever the waste is there, what the mankind is doing, they are just disposing it in the water bodies, and ultimately that water is only recycled and coming to us, and it creates problem, isn't it? So first thing, cause of water pollution is the pathogen. Pathogens are what? The microorganisms. Okay, these microorganisms in the water, what happens? This when it enters it goes to the houses, these pathogens also reach over there, and as the result, number of diseases can be caused. Okay, organic waste. What happens in the case of organic waste? When the amount of organic waste increases in the water body, what happens? The bacteria starts growing, the microorganism starts growing on it, and as the result, what happens? It decomposes it, and due to decomposition, more amount of oxygen is also used, and this results in what? Biological oxygen demand, that is BOD. This biological oxygen demand arises due to what? This organic waste being decomposed by the microorganisms. Okay, and this is a very alarming condition, because if this happens, the aquatic animals present, okay, that will not survive properly if the biological oxygen demand increases. Okay, so what happens? The chemicals also are just disposed in the water body only, organic waste also in the water body only, and as the result, what happens? Their number of, due to this, these are all nutrients only, due to this, number of plants starts growing. So plant growth becomes increases with a height, and it covers the whole area. And when the surface is totally covered with these plants, what happened, the animals inside the water, they can't get properly the oxygen, not the other things for their survival, and that condition is known as eutrophication. Okay, now soil pollution. Soil pollution, when we talk, the pollution caused in the soil is due to mainly because of the pesticides and the fertilizers. Okay, so these pesticides and fertilizers, they are chemical substances. ठीक है, तो क्या होता है, what happens then, this, if the pesticides are given to the plants, okay, what happens then, it runs off with the water, okay, and as the result it gets accommodated in the water body, isn't it? And when it gets accommodated in the water body where the water has flown, what happens in that area, the phytoplanktons, they take this water, okay, and the small fishes present in that aquatic region, what happened, they take in the phytoplanktons, isn't it? And large number of phytoplanktons they are taking, and these small fishes in turn are taken by some big fishes, okay, and they are also taking number of these small fishes. So you are seeing what is happening, it is going on increasing. Suppose we will be talking of what, DDT. If DDT is sprayed, what happens, spread over the plants, what happens after that, it runs off to the water body, okay. So first it is at the molecular level in the water body, isn't it? And this is taken by what, the phytoplanktons, and these phytoplanktons are nothing but small plants, okay, are taken by small fishes, okay, these are in turn taken by big fishes, and this is in turn taken by large fishes. So we are seeing this is going on increasing, this DDT, isn't it? The amount is going on increasing, and again ultimately it is fed by whom? The human beings. So it is going on increasing, and this condition is known as what? Biomagnification. Okay, this is known as what? Biomagnification. And then, so these pesticides and fertilizers are the main soil pollutants. Scientists are trying to make organic pesticides, but that is also very harmful. Whatever the condition is that, but the pesticides till now which has been made, okay, they are not useful, they are harmful for the human beings and all the living world, and as the result, and as it is passing on from one to another tropic level, this condition of biomagnification occurs. Okay, then coming to industrial pollution. Okay, industrial pollution, you all know, all the chemicals, all the things are what? Disposed in the water body, and as the result what happens, these all the chemicals, they are not biodegradable, they are non-biodegradable in nature, and as the result, this, when it is taken, when any of the commodity of that water body is taken, okay, any of the thing by any other animals or human beings, it causes harm because it is directly passed to that the organism. Okay, so this industrial pollution is a very also is very in increase right now at present, which has to be controlled. Now, what are the strategies to control environmental pollution? Okay, so what methods we should use in order to control the environmental pollution? Okay, so first is what? The waste management. Okay, when we are talking about waste, it is not only the organic waste, okay, it is the inorganic waste also, which comes from other industries also and other places. Okay, organic waste mainly comes from the houses, isn't it? So this we should see how can we manage this waste, like if it is the organic waste, okay, it can be just filled, landfill can be done, in that compost can be prepared, isn't it? And now if it is inorganic waste, okay, the things which cannot be degraded, non-biodegradable, it is polybags and all, these are also we are using, when we are talking in short terms only, we are using these are also very harmful, isn't it? And from industries also many non-biodegradable things are disposed of. Okay, so how can we manage these things in so that the pollution will be less in the environment? Okay, so for that, collection and disposal, how should this be done? Okay, so organic waste, okay, and inorganic waste should be collected in a different form, so that organic waste can be just used to prepare what, the compost, okay, and the inorganic which it is, this can also be done, landfilling can be done, but we should think of other things, that yes, if it is non biodegradable, it is not good for the environment. So where we should keep these things, where anywhere if we are keeping, they are made of chemicals, naturally some gases will be released out, something other things can happen. If lead is present in water, that is also a poisonous thing. Okay, this is just an example I am saying. So if these non biodegradable products, this wastes are taken and they are disposed of in a manner that it can be used in some way or the other, like we are seeing that nowadays plastic roads are made, so these plastics which are non biodegradable can be used in that, like that other elements also which is very harmful and which is not degradable, okay, can be used to do something innovative and something which can be used by the mankind, so that less amount of pollution will be done in the environment. Okay, now green chemistry. What is this green chemistry? Actually, green chemistry deals with the things that we should make those substances, those materials which cause less pollution or negligible pollution in the environment, and for that alternatives are being found out, that how can we decrease the pollution, okay, and our work is also not stopped. Okay, so first some examples are given, like dry cleaning of clothes. Okay, earlier in dry cleaning of this clothes, Cl2 C double bond CCl2 was used. Okay, this compound, actually this is a harmful one because it used to release number of chemicals which used to pollute the environment. So nowadays an alternative for that has been found out, and that is what, liquid carbon dioxide. This liquid carbon dioxide doesn't cause much harm to the environment. Okay, now bleaching of paper and clothes, this was also a thing in which a tremendous amount of pollution was created in the environment. Earlier, actually, for bleaching paper and clothes, chlorine was used, and chlorine, you know, if too much is present in the environment, it is very harmful. So nowadays this hydrogen peroxide plus a suitable catalyst is used, okay, with water, okay, to do what, bleaching of paper and clothes. Now chemicals are prepared, okay, they were prepared earlier also, but it used to consist of number of impurities. So but we want the pure one, so we used to keep the pure, but the impurities was again left out in the environment, and this used to cause what, pollution. So nowadays we are thinking of the method, alternative method, that yes, pure substances, pure chemicals we will get, and impurities will be very less, so that it won't be disposed of in the environment. So synthesizing chemical was also an initiative of green chemistry only. In this, only just an example has been taken. You have seen that ethene has been taken, ethene plus oxygen in the presence of palladium and copper and water as a catalyst. We are seeing we are getting what, acetaldehyde. Okay, and this acetaldehyde is 90% pure, so it is not consisting of much of impurities which will be again seen in the environment and causing environmental pollution. So this all was of environmental pollution. Okay, and take care. Good day.